Well, with D.C. soon to start selling medical marijuana and Colorado and Washington State approving it for recreational use, the push to legalize pot is growing.
After years of aggressive anti-smoking campaigns, could we, ironically, now see a surge in new smokers? And is a joint any worse than a cigarette? Greta Cruz joins us with some answers. Greta?
Some interesting stuff, Leon. Studies show kids now smoke more pot more than cigarettes, and half of Americans say it should be legal. But hold on a minute, just what's in this stuff? America's fears about marijuana, it seems, are going up in smoke.
I think it should definitely be legalized nationwide.
Blanket prohibition causes a lot more problems than it solves.
And look at this. Teenagers now think smoking cigarettes is far worse than smoking pot. 78% of 12th graders say cigarettes are bad for you, but only 44% think pot is. Years of graphic warnings and ads have worked. But is a joint really safer than a cigarette? Turns out smoking both releases tar, carbon monoxide, and cancer-causing agents.
We really don't know enough.
David Abrams of the Anti-Smoking Legacy Foundation says cigarettes are far more addictive than pot because they contain nicotine. It's comparable to heroin in its addictive pull. Pot does not, but it does pose other risks.
Mental problems, it causes DNA damage, so there could be damage to sperm or reproduction. And, it does damage your lungs.
Especially since pot smokers tend to inhale more deeply and hold it longer. But across town, where they're lobbying to legalize pot,
it is much, much safer than tobacco.
Normal Executive Director Alan St. Pierre notes most pot smokers don't smoke nearly as much as tobacco smokers. And like tobacco and alcohol, they should let people decide for themselves.
It's an unwise health decision to dry it, smoke it, and draw it into your lungs. But the question is, should that be a crime?
Law enforcement still says yes, for yet another reason.
Everybody that we've met that's done heroin, meth, you name it, any illegal drug, they started smoking marijuana.
Finding solid answers isn't easy, and an issue clouded increasingly by politics and a whiff of potentially big profits. Now, pot also impairs your judgment. It can, and one study showed it even lowers your IQ. Right now, there is no definitive link between lung cancer and pot. But experts agree the worst way to smoke pot or tobacco is through a bong or a hookah because the water cools the smoke and you tend to inhale the stuff much deeper into your lungs. Leon?